What is going on, guys? Baint from R8X Digital, and in this video, I'm going to share with you guys how you can get more leads from your landscaping website. And we're really going to be talking about two main things here: user experience and conversion rate. And those two things, when put together, are going to give us a pretty solid understanding of what we can do and what we can improve on our site to increase the amount of people that become leads, right? That's conversion rate, is essentially the percentage of people that visit the site versus the percentage of people that fill out a contact form or call your phone number on the website and become a lead or become a potential client for your business. And we all know that more leads, more clients equals more revenue for our business. And who doesn't want that, right? And that's really the main goal here is turning our website into an asset for our business that generates revenue and generates leads, right? So I'm going to shrink my face down here and we're going to get right into it. So this is my primary list of things that I look at when I'm doing kind of an audit, or at least regarding the on-page stuff. This is not an SEO tutorial, by the way. SEO, search engine optimization, the process of ranking your website higher in search results so that you can get more traffic to your site, is a completely different process. And I will have in-depth tutorials. You can go visit my channel, or I'll link some of the videos where I talk about that around this video or in the description. This video is all about the actual website itself, and it's more about the experience that someone has once they've already clicked onto the site, right? So we're going to be talking about, once someone finds your website, what is their experience like? What are the things that we want to make sure we have on our site so that we make sure that we have the best chance as possible of taking that person and converting them into a client, right? So here's kind of my top list. In no particular order, but we're going to jump right in at the first one, which is keyword rich copy and content that sells your services and your brand, high quality relevant pictures, easy user experience and comprehensive site structure, simple contact form, one-click call features, a chat widget, exit intent pop-up. This is a big one. And then multiple CTAs, or calls to action, per page, right? So we're going to talk about all these different things to kind of give you guys a brief overview and an example. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compare a not so great website to a good one that incorporates all of these things, and we're going to see the difference in what they look like and how they feel, and kind of reverse engineer things and really think about it from the end user's experience, right? So let's hop over to this website. And Alex, if you're watching this, forgive me for using your website as an example, but it's just, there's a lot of teachable things here. And for the sake of education and helping others improve, I'm going to use this site and I'm going to rip into it a little bit, but it's all for the sake of helping others, right? So what's really important to do when we're thinking about these things is, again, to reverse engineer it and think about it from the perspective of somebody that just landed on your website. And this is really important because when someone clicks onto your website, that is the beginning of their customer experience with your business. And if it's good, then you're setting yourself up for success when you go to either bid the job or, perform services for them. But if it's a negative experience, if it's a confusing or frustrating or difficult experience for them, then they're associating those feelings and emotions with your brand and with your business, right? So it's very important to make sure that our website looks good, feels good, and is easy to use, because those are the things that we want our customers to experience when working with us, right? We want it to be quick. We want it to be easy. We don't want it to be frustrating or have any headaches. It's clear, cut, dry, business as usual, right? So let's just hop into this site here, right? Let's say that I wanted some turf installed in my backyard, because this is what this company does. When we first land on the site, there's not a lot of information. There's nothing really pointing us in any particular direction. If we had questions about, like, okay, what do they do? What are their services? What are some other features of the site? There's like a handbag, a shopping cart. I can log in. Am I supposed to do any of that? Like, there's a menu here, but it's cut off and I can barely see it. And I definitely don't know if I'm supposed to click on it. There's just like a couple letters of white text. There's no real introduction or like anything that's giving me information as far as how I'm supposed to navigate this site or use this site. I'm going to keep scrolling down. It's like, okay, this is about them. That's great. But really what I'm interested in is like your services and like, where's the pricing? How do I get in touch with you guys? You know what I mean? What is there? Where am I supposed to go? And then you keep scrolling down. It's more like get to know us, talking a lot about themselves. It's like I'm more interested in the services and what you can do for me. Okay, so finally we get to the services, and it's like, they've got a button that says book now. Like, really, I just want to quote. I don't want to book something. I don't want to buy something yet. I don't even know these guys. Like, I'm just trying to get information. And then, like, let's say even if I did want to contact these people, I'm clicking on the email and nothing happens, clicking on the phone number, nothing happens. You put your name in, your email, the phone number is not required. So these guys aren't going to be able to get in touch with me because I don't look at my email. And then there's latitude, longitude. There's no real, map here showing me where these guys are located. I don't even know if they're near me or not. I mean, there's a chat widget, but it's like, do you have any questions? Yeah, I've got a lot of questions. I don't even know where to start. You know what I mean? So overall, just like when we're thinking about it from a user experience, there's not a lot of information. There aren't any calls to action, like call now, request a free quote, call us today, contact us. There's nothing screaming out to me saying, hey, I know that you're interested in getting turf done. Here's how we can do it. Here's how we can help you. Here's our gallery. Here's all the work we've done. Here's our services. Like, there's nothing that says that, welcome, come explore. Well, I don't want to explore. I want the information spoon fed to me because I have a low attention span and I didn't come here to explore. I came here to have my questions answered and book a call with you guys or book an estimate, right? And again, I'm being a little dramatic, but the reality is people have low attention spans. People have busy lives. People have stuff going on and they don't have time to figure out how to use your website just so that you can come and they can pay you to do something at their house or their property or mow their lawn, whatever, right? And another kind of good position that you can put yourself in or kind of imagine, right, is if your mom or dad or your grandma or your grandpa couldn't navigate your website easily and know how to use it, then it's probably too complicated and it's probably needs to be redesigned, right? I know that if my grandfather was looking at this website, he would have no clue what's going on. Or like if I was like, hey, get in touch with this company for me, he would be lost. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy. It's not cut and dry. So let's switch gears and we'll show you a good example of that, right? So I'm going to show you guys one of my company's websites. This is a lead generation asset that we have. And you can see there's a very big difference as far as the amount of content, the eye-catchiness of the content, and also, just the amount of information that's on this main page, right? So when we look at this, there's a couple of really important things that are happening here. For one, we know what this company is. We know what they do. We know where they do it. There's all of the information that we need, or any questions that we have about this company can be answered in one click. If I want to know more about them, I click here. If I want to contact them, I click here. If I want to know about lawn care, I click here. Hardscaping, click here. Snow plowing, click here. If I want to quote, I click here. If I want to call them, I click here. And when I click it, it actually brings up a dial screen. If you were on a mobile device, this would automatically start ringing them. If I click request a quote, it's going to bring me right to a contact page where I can either call them or put my information in. You see how easy this is to navigate? And also you scroll down, there's information about all the different services as well as our company. And then we're talking about why you should actually choose us. There's a lot of valid information here explaining, hey, we're not just a lawn care service. We really care about our customers. We do excellent work. And we're not selling you lawn mowing. We're selling you a beautiful outdoor space that you can enjoy with your family, right? And save you time, save you money on equipment and stuff like that. Also, if you've got questions, you can text us. And, we're just providing all the information, providing a really great experience. And on top of that, look at how many calls to action there are. Request a quote. There's a phone number. Obviously, you call it. Request a quote. You scroll down. Request a quote. Request a free quote. You know what I mean? We're screaming at the person on the screen, hey, if you want to get in touch with us, this is how you do it. Click these buttons, right? It's really simple. It's like, we have the breadcrumb trail laid out for these people that visit the site. So if they have any questions, they know where to click to go to get those questions answered. Or if they're ready to get in touch with us, we make it really easy to do so for them, right? And that's really, really important. So let's go back to my list here, because we've touched upon a couple of these things, but now we're going to go in depth and really talk about this stuff. So the first thing is we want to have keyword rich copy or content that sells your services and your brand. So let's just go into the lawn care page, for example. Lawn care, Rochester, New Hampshire, the go-to providers for full service lawn care in Rochester. And, we're talking about our company, Rochester Landscaping Pros. We're talking about our services, lawn services, lawn maintenance, keep up with your lawn, keep it looking great all year round, highest quality service, top-notch lawn services, remain healthy and vibrant, achieve a beautiful lawn. You see how we're not saying, here's our pricing, we do weekly cuts. We're not talking about the service itself, right? We're selling the dream outcome. Hey, when you work with us, you're getting a great customer experience. You're working with one of the top-notch companies in the area, and you're going to have a beautiful lawn, a beautiful outdoor space that you can enjoy with your family. You don't have to break a sweat, and you can come home from work and make sure that your property is maintained and looking beautiful all the time, right? We're selling them the dream outcome of what happens after they use our services. We're not selling the service itself. And then on top of that, we're putting our keywords in here like lawn care. You can see when I highlight this, we use the word lawn care over 10 times on this particular page. And this is a little bit more of an SEO thing, but we're signaling to Google and to the people on the web page what this particular page of the website is about, so that if they did have any questions about something else, they know they're either in the right place or they're not, right? So that's really important. So keyword rich copy content that sells your services and your brand. Really the second half of this is important. Just to reiterate, like I said, you want to sell the outcome of them purchasing your services, not the services themselves. Next, we'll talk about high quality, relevant pictures. So obviously, because this is kind of like a demo site, we are using a lot of stock images on this one. If this was your company or if this was a client site, we'd obviously be using as many of their pictures as possible. If you guys don't have pictures of specific services that you offer, make sure you get them as soon as possible, because websites that use original images of your company are always going to perform and convert better than websites that use stock images. And if possible, you want to have pictures that are of you and your crew performing these services, right? Like if this was a lawn that you guys were mowing and there was a picture of a guy on a mower wearing one of your company's t-shirts, that's boom, that's perfect. That's ideal, right? We want to associate people seeing you doing the services in these pictures so they know that it's legit. And people are pretty good at sniffing out stock images. They know that we've just taken these images from, Adobe or iStock or some other website and kind of just pasted them on here, right? So we really want to make sure that we look super professional and we're branding our images as well. So having, like I said, a guy in this image, trimming or weed whacking or pruning or mowing the lawn with a company t-shirt on would just like be the sprinkles on top. You know what I mean? So high quality images, relevant pictures of the service, again, kind of selling the dream outcome of showing them this is what it's going to look like when we're on your property, right? So next, easy user experience and comprehensive site structure. We already kind of broke this down and talked about this, but like I said, when someone lands on this homepage, any question that they have, they can answer in one click. And this is what we mean by site structure, where we want to make all of the information, all of the possible things they could ever want accessible within like 1 or 2 clicks, right? So this is how we design a lot of our home pages, where we make sure that the menu is really intuitive. The header or like the top section of the website has a lot of the contact info. And then sort of like the lower third below that is, filled with information related to the services, so that people have multiple different places that they can get the information that they want. So that's really, really important, is making sure that the way the site is designed is easy and intuitive. And like I said, if you can have people land on the website and anything that they want to do or know about can be achieved within 1 click, you're in business, and people are going to really love and appreciate that. And it's going to create the easiest user experience for them. So next, a simple contact form. This is something that is going to increase your conversion rates by a lot. Let me just go to the contact form on this site. So obviously we use phone numbers where you can click and it'll automatically call. That's easy as possible. For phone numbers, that's super doable, and that's probably the easiest it can be. And really what we want to do when it comes to people contacting us is we want to reduce resistance. The less information that you ask for, the more likely people are willing to fill out the form and submit it, right? So we try to keep it super simple. If there are specific things for your business that you need to know from a client before you even consider working with them, then definitely include that. But generally speaking, the less information you ask them for upfront, the more people are going to be willing to put in that information. So full name, email, phone number, all of these on your contact forms, make sure that they have the asterisks. So they are a required field. Basically, people cannot fill out this form or submit it without including that information. We also like to include a services needed, so like landscaping, hardscaping, lawn care, snow removal, or other, and then a brief description of their project. We like to have them kind of tell us a little bit about what they need. That way, when this information gets sent to our client via text or email, they automatically can look at it and be like, oh, I got a lead from my website. Here's who they are. Here's what they want. And here's a description of it. So when I pick up the phone to call them, I can say, hey, this is so-and-so from XYZ Lawn Care. I saw that you were looking for a landscaping project, had some roots, dug up in your lawn. You need to, get a tree taken down. You need to, get your lawn fertilized, whatever. You can go into the conversation armed with some information about what they actually want and make that sales conversation or estimate booking really, really easy, right? So get the information that you need to make your life as easy as possible talking to these clients so you can enter that conversation already knowing what they want, right? So simple contact form, one-click call feature. We talked about this too. How when you click on this phone number, I'm on my desktop, so it's asking me to open Skype. But if you were on a mobile phone and you clicked on that phone number, it would automatically dial this business. So that's a really, really important feature to have. It's super easy to do too, especially if you're using a WordPress site. But yeah, making sure that, especially for the mobile users, having this feature enabled makes life a lot easier, and it's going to increase conversions. Imagine if you were on your phone and you see the website with a phone number on it and you want to call it, but they don't have this feature enabled, and you have to swipe off of the website, go to your dial pad, type in the numbers one or two at a time because no one's remembering this whole thing. Swipe back, go to the website. And it's a confusing process. You've lost them, right? They're not doing that. So having that one-click call feature is super important. The chat widget, this is a slightly more optional one, but we have noticed an increase in conversion rate on the sites that do have it. And really the main reason for that is because it's just one more opportunity that people can use to contact you, right? The more calls to action, the more opportunities there are to use or to get in touch with the business. I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared. Of course that happens right when we're trying to use it, right? But yeah, having that chat widget show up in the bottom corner, it's just one more vehicle, one more thing that they can click on that will get them in touch with you, right? So if we look at okay, it came back. Here we go. So we've got the chat widget down here, right? We've got the request a quote button right here. We've got the request a quote up here. We've got the phone number right here. And if you just look at the amount of real estate that is taken up by opportunities that, these people can get in touch with us, that's really good. The bulk of the things that they can click on right now are going to lead to them taking the action that we want. So that's why the chat widget is important. It's just one more thing, one more piece of real estate on the screen that people can click on to basically take the result or take the action that we want, which is get in touch with us. Kind of stemming off of that and segueing into that, let's talk about this one. Multiple CTAs per page, multiple calls to action per page. So a call to action is just like this: request a quote, call now, contact us today. And you can see all of the different times on this website where we've got these CTAs in place, right? And really the big one is you want to make sure that there's a call to action above the fold. And that's a fancy way of saying before people have to scroll, before people have to click, before people have to take any action on the website, you want to hit them with a call to action. So you can see that this is the home page. When people first land on here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you count the chat widget, that's 6 different possible things that are screaming at them, that are calling to them saying, hey, here's how you get in touch with us, right? And as we scroll down, there's even more. There's one here. one here. And then at the bottom, you can get a quote or call again or contact them again. So, the messaging here is very clear. We want you to get in touch with us, and we make sure that on every single page, every time you scroll down, there's a new one, right? Like people are seeing this throughout the site, and you're encouraging them to take that action that you want. And that's going to dramatically increase your conversion rates. Because if we look at this site here, where do we go? There's nothing calling saying that this is, where we should go to fill out information, right? And again, it's leaving that breadcrumb trail. It's laying out the path for the person on the website, creating and designing the customer experience for them with intention, right? So with our sites, we're building these things out, we're laying these things out with intention. So we are laying out kind of a path for these users to take when they land on the site, and we're directing them and kind of holding their hand through that whole process. And the last thing that we're going to talk about is kind of our Hail Mary toss, our last ditch effort, and that is the exit intent pop-up. So you guys have probably seen it a couple times now, but I'm going to refresh the site so it activates it again. But basically, one thing that we incorporate on our sites that has dramatically increased our conversion rate is the exit intent pop-up. So you can see that as I moved my mouse up here to the back arrow to basically exit off of the site, this pop-up came up. It says, wait, before you go, our company takes pride in our commitment to excellent services. If you have any questions, we'd love to help you out. Feel free to call us now, speak with one of our experts, get a free quote, stuff like that, right? So we've got another click to call button and a contact form that pops up when they try to leave the site. So sometimes people will click off of something by accident. Sometimes people will just not see what they want and they'll bounce. But this is our last kind of Hail Mary of like, hey, before you go, just wanted to make sure that you got the information that you needed. If you didn't, here's our phone number. Call us. Let us know. We'd love to talk to you. And, putting that offer in front of them one more time sometimes does the trick. And this has really helped increase conversion rates and helps keep people on the site and taking that action that we want, which is, calling us or filling out the quote form. So that's pretty much all I've got for you guys today. If you need any help integrating these things into your website, or if you need a website built, feel free to reach out in the description below. There are some links where you can book a call with me or get in touch with me. I would love to help you guys either design your site, build your site, or put in these features into your site if you already have one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're a landscaper that's doing, 200,000-ish in revenue or more every single year, and you want to continue to grow and scale your business with marketing services, feel free to click the first link in the description. You can book a call with me. It's a free consultation. We'll discuss exactly how we can do that. If you're doing less than 200,000 or maybe $100,000 a year, there's the second link in the description for you. We can do a one-on-one kind of coaching consulting call and maybe give you guys some valuable information or feedback, kind of look at your business from a 30,000 foot view and look at some of the roadblocks or hurdles that could be overcome within your business to help you accelerate past that multi-six-figure revenue goal and beyond. All right. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you're interested in booking either one of those calls, the links are in the description. Hope this was valuable for you guys. Keep grinding. Hope you're having a great season. I'll catch you guys in the next video. More landscape marketing content coming soon. Peace.